street. This used to be called Barrack Street. It was all housing for soldiers that would have worked on top of Citadel Hill at Fort George. It is also the location of the first school in all of Halifax here on our left-hand side by this big tree, the Halifax Academy, built in 1878. It's one of the most, what am I talking about? Sorry. It's the first school in Halifax, and it's been a school ever since it was first opened. It's now part of the Nova Scotia College of Art and Design, or NASCAD campus, which is one of 6 universities and colleges in the city of Halifax that attract over 30,000 students every single year. Now rolling up here onto Citadel Hill. Citadel Hill is the second most visited historic site in all of Canada. Can you believe that? You shouldn't. It's number 6. But close. Now from the Citadel, you're going to see just how high above sea level the city actually sits. The entire city of Halifax was set up on a glacial drummond left over from the last ice age. And then it was laid out in a military grid, so you can see everything is a straight uphill walk. It is much more fun to do via harbor hopper. My father was built around the same year that this was, and he makes very similar sounds going up these hills. Over on your right-hand side, we have the Old Town Clock, built in 1803. It still uses the same internal mechanisms that it was built with in 1803, so it has to be rewound by hand, usually at least once a week, if not more. The problem with hand winding these type of antique clocks is that by the time they're done winding them, they're usually late, like on all 4 sides. This is kind of a time-consuming process, so they're not very accurate at all, but it is nice to look at. On TripAdvisor, I have also been described as not very accurate, but nice to look at, so we have that in common. Now up on top of Citadel Hill, we have Fort George. Fort George is the 4th and only military fort to sit on top of the hill. It has always been Fort George, it just kept falling apart. So it's been built and rebuilt and then built a few more times. It took us a bit to find rocks that would not break down every single winter. Lots of military defenses to see here, including the Pit of Death. The Pit of Death is a dry ditch, a waterless moat. It's a 20 to 40 foot drop into a bunch of grass surrounding the fort itself. Now the idea is that the hill is so steep and we had all that grass up on the top, if you were down at the bottom looking up, the hill looked smooth. So you would go running up the side, and right when you thought you would reach the top, you're about to jump into the fort, your momentum would carry you right into the Pit of Death. That never happened ever. No one ever fell in, but it would have been cool if they did. It was there, ready for us. The actual shape of the fort was built to help keep people away. It's an 8-pointed star, or a bastion formation. So each one of these 8 points that we're turning around up here would have at least 2 points of cannon fire or more. So every possible angle of the city, we can see you coming and try and stop you from getting any closer. This all would have been super helpful had we ever been under attack. We weren't. We were fine. The entire city was set up and built and designed with the idea in mind that not only were we going to be attacked, we were going to be attacked very frequently. No, I don't know why we thought that. I don't know what we thought we were. It's a museum now. You can go inside. They have a living history program, so it's all very historically accurate. Go in there and learn about what it would have been like to live and work inside of a military fort that never did anything ever. But it is a cool museum. Now lots of events take place in the Citadel, both inside and outside. You can rent out the fort itself for your birthday party or wedding. If you get married there, they let you fire a cannon. Pretty cool. Down your right-hand side, you can see the garrison grounds. Now the garrison grounds are a natural amphitheater. It carries sound really well, which makes it perfect for outdoor concerts and events. Concerts that have taken place here in the past have included the Rolling Stones, Metallica, the Backstreet Boys, Kanye West, Great Big Sea. So we host our Pride celebrations, our annual kite flying festival.